All right, Joe Bruin here with AllAccessEntertainment.com, and we are here with none other than actor Jeremy Palko here at Hartford Comiconn, Hartford, Connecticut. Thank you for taking the time today.
Thanks. Happy to be here.
Now, growing up as a child, why don't you explain that, how life was for you, what your first acting experience was?
My first acting experience, I grew up in Puyallup, Washington. I was born in Georgia, but moved there when I was about 5, so it doesn't really count. First acting experience, I was 3rd grade, and I was Grumpy in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Yeah, man, it was brutal. But no, first real acting experience is when I got down to Florida. I worked on the cruise ships for a while, but then I think Never Back Down was my first speaking role. I was an extra in like Sydney White. That was a fun movie.
Yep.
But no, Never Back Down was my first speaking role, and I got beat up for 3 days. It was awesome.
Awesome. And you've been a part of a lot of big series over the years, Vampire Diaries, of course, Burn Notice, Bloodline. What were those experiences like thus far?
I mean, as a young actor, kind of still trying to make my way in here, every experience, just you learn something new, and it's the biggest moment of your life when you book that role.
Sure.
Vampire Diaries, I mean, was great. Loved working on that. Bloodline was working in the Keys, and it was a million degrees out, but got to meet Kyle Chandler, one of my favorites from Friday Night Lights. I really like that. And then, of course, Walking Dead's kind of been the biggest one so far. A huge fan of the show, so when I got on it, it really was like the ultimate fan experience. But I was working, so I had to be professional, obviously. But
sure. And playing Andy on The Walking Dead, I mean, The Walking Dead has become such a huge phenom. It's really taken a life of its own, and it's become a cult classic, per se. What are your thoughts on how big it's actually become and where it's headed?
It's unbelievable how big it is. I mean, just being a small part of this show, and the fan base is just incredibly crazy and fun, and the direction it's going, I'm one of those people that, like, I'm glad they're not sticking directly to the comics.
Sure.
Because my character Andy, I looked him up as soon as I got cast, and I realized that he was killed pretty quickly from Negan. But the direction they're going, I have no idea. I'm excited, along with the fans, just to see where it's going. No spoilers, obviously, but
Excellent. Well, we thank you for taking the time here. It's AllAccessEntertainment.com. Jeremy Palko, ladies and gentlemen, here at Hartford Comiconn.
Hartford.
And how can fans follow you on social media?
I'm all over, just Jeremy Palko, Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, I run it all myself too, so I do my best to write as many people as I can back. But yeah, I run them all. So just Jeremy Palko, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff.
All right, thanks again for joining us, and good luck this weekend.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it.